I think just to sort of dig down a little deeper into this, what forms of meditation do you provide? I know that we did several different types in the workshop. What about you, Rebecca? Do you have a way that you access meditation? How do you meditate?
I've been meditating since I was 19. So I was originally initiated into what was transcendental meditation. So the same mantra given from the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi and passed down to the Beatles, actually. Oprah, Jim Carrey, you know, they all meditate on the same mantra. That's the transcendental meditation. That's mantra based. So you just repeat the same sound over and over and over again. So again, you know, there's mantra, there's visualization, there's kind of, you know, and I think they're all very powerful. What I love too, though, is coming that really grounding into your body and breathing and relaxing into your body as well. I think, because sometimes I think when you're just focused on mantra or just like visualizing, people can forget about the body and forget to relax into the body, and then open up, and then maybe do you know, the visualization or the mantra. So, and one of the things I find, because I'm 46 now, I've been doing meditation since I was 19, and what I find is people keep thinking they're going to control the mind, whereas part of, and in Sanskrit, the conscious mind is called manas, so it's a chatterbox, it's never going to stop. So what you need to do is sink down into the deeper, the, you know, subconscious. And in Sanskrit, it's called buddhi, okay? So you get the enlightened mind, so everything becomes light. You know, and in that way, you're sinking into your deeper wisdom, into your instinct, into your intuition, or your higher self, you know? If you get stuck trying to control this, you know, monkey, you're lost. You're never going to do it. So you've actually got to step back. So, you know, using your breath and like visualizing are just tools. That's actually not the meditation. I think a lot of people get a bit confused.
I think that's a lot of the central issue people have with meditation, because they think, well, I can't seem to stop my mind, so therefore I cannot meditate. So I'm not even going to try because I gave it a go for 3 or 4 goes and I just can't seem to get this right. And what you've just said makes so much sense, because that's what I generally hear from people, is I just can't meditate. I can't seem to get there.
The thing is, if you're dieting or you're starting a new fitness regime, that's hard when you begin, but you don't give up. So it's the same for the mind.
Exactly.
You know, you've got to push through, and it's going to be uncomfortable in the beginning, purely because you're detoxing your mind. It's a new pattern. You've got to recreate new neural paths, new patterns. And you know, I think we really like comfort, and we really like things that may not serve us well, but they're the patterns we know. And so you've got to break that, and that's always going to bring a bit of discomfort. So yeah, the counsel is to stick at it, to be kind to yourself, to not count, you know, how many times you do it and how long and all those kind of lovely metrics we use. Just be kind to yourself, and yeah, like we all said, we've all stuck at it for periods of time and been in and out of meditation. And I've had a little break. I'm actually I'm moving, and I've completely stopped my practice out of just living in boxes and packing, and I found myself incredibly ungrounded. In fact, this morning I was, you know, short of breath, and it's been a long time since I've felt that level of, because I'm anxiety, and I'm ungrounding myself. I'm moving my roots from one place, and I'm so right now meditation's very important for me, and I dropped my practice, probably moving jobs or leaving a relationship, anything that takes you out of something that roots you. You need to ground back, like you said, Beth.
What I feel is really important, because again, in the practice is that, you know, and we used to have to meditate. Well, I was meditating. I don't do that now for that long. Half an hour in the morning and half an hour at night. Half an hour, like 15 minutes before sunrise and 15 minutes before sunset. They're the best times apparently to meditate. And again, and I had children at the time too. There I am sitting there going, rum, rum, mum, 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 rum, rum, mum, mum, you know, just meditating regardless. And so sometimes when you are distracted, you can do it for less time, you know. It's about adjusting. And there's another really, just to bring people back into the moment, one of the most effective things is you don't even have to necessarily meditate like a yogi for 5 minutes. It's called the pause. So just come, feel your body right now. You can all do it with me. Feel your body on the chair. Feel your feet on the floor, you know. Feel your awareness in your belly. Feel your heart. Just be aware of the body and your breath, and be aware of your mind, and just take a few centered breaths. You can do that at any moment in between activities, you know, at the end of an activity. It's just called the pause. It's like a prelude, a little taste before your meditation. And when you're not in your meditation practice, that's so effective, because it just brings you back to yourself again and again and again, and you don't have to, you know, be a yogi or a psychic or, you know, all enlightened in order to do that. It's a very simple
That's
practice.
great.
That's actually what I think we were doing with you yesterday, because after somebody would express something, you'd say, okay, let's take a breath.
Yes.
Each time we would stop with a breath. So to me, that was the pause as well.
When you actually take a deep breath, it's kind of like a little hard drive reset.
Yes.
You know, it's actually, so when you take a slow, deep breath, it's kind of, okay, it's like a new thought, and it gives you that opportunity. But it's kind of interesting, talking about the monkey mind. I used to work in as an analyst years ago, and I would sometimes be sitting there writing some SQL code, and I would be doing a big long day, and my mind would just be stuck in the code, and I'd be traveling home from work, and I'd be thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking to myself, if I think about it just a little bit longer, then I'll be complete. But it would just go and go and go and go, and I would be stuck in this loop, and I couldn't get out, and some people can't get out. So it's really, really important to take a deep breath, or to do something where you shake your body. You know, and that's what we were doing on the weekend as well. You know, Osho is famous for his shaking meditations, and we were doing the Osho Kundalini meditation, which is great for shaking the body, because when you do that, it stops the body jitters, then you can sit.
Yes.
Can I just tell you, after this fantastic weekend, and I drove home on a cloud last night from the Blue Mountains, I had a elaborate government administrative issue today on an old computer where, you know, the wheel spins, that little ball, and you can't get pages to open up, and then every time you log in, you're timed out. Anyway, I had to get all this documentation done today, very important, and I got myself into a very similar space that you were in today. So, sister, I hear you.
Yeah.
Today, at one point, I thought I was so nervous that I wasn't going to get all of this work done that I was actually going to pass out. So my beautiful friend Linda helped me because her computer worked and mine didn't. So I went to her place and she logged on, and within about an hour she was as confused by the whole monstrosity of all of the red tape of government stuff as much as I was. So I went to the bathroom and I oshed.
Shook the body.
That's a verb, I love it.
And I thought, she can hear me. Are you okay, Viv? Fine. I did all the deep breathing and I came back and sat down. I thought, okay, I did that 10 times until we sorted the damn thing out. But anyway, having had what you showed me yesterday, having not had it, the old Vivian would have surfaced, which would not be a good look. I probably wouldn't have been on the show tonight, to be perfectly honest.
Wow, good recovery.
Well done. Well done.
Good recovery.
Good recovery, fast recovery. I'm not even wearing my own clothes. I had to get dressed from my friend's place, from Linda's place. This is her outfit and this is her makeup. So that's how fine the line was cut today.
Wow.
So yeah,
You're putting in place
I really got
something
to really practice putting all of that, trying to put all of that into place. And I can tell you, it was the biggest challenge I've had in actually trying to access it and utilise it. And I think what Winston was saying is, how do you use these practices when you're in these moments? And, you know, that's what I did today. That's probably what you did. I actually used those physical exercises. What you were saying before, I took the pause. I was like, okay, I can completely flip out here and completely lose it, which, let's just say it as it is, I basically did. And how can I just grab on something to try and pull myself back together? In the past, I probably wouldn't have done that. I probably would have just gone way down that rabbit hole of...
Yeah.
Because I'm not an administrator. I can't... I'm a makeup artist. I'm terrible with technology and all that stuff.
I like the idea.
Sorry, I was just going to say that that's actually a really good point, because meditation's not about, it's not for the sake of waking up 15 minutes before dawn and doing this Zen thing. It's for when the crap hits the fan at 2 in the afternoon. That's what we're doing the meditation for.
Absolutely.
In order to be able to recover and just do one of the techniques that support us.
I just kept saying to myself, it's okay, to my inner child, I'll look after you. And my inner child's going, you're not looking after me. You're not looking at Yes, I am. I'm looking after you. Be quiet. Stop having a tantrum.
Get in the car.
Talking to myself, and I think my friend was like, oh, I think she should go now. No,
but to Pete's point, we need to use that when we hit crisis points. But you have to believe it's going to work. And I agree. A workshop or going away for a weekend and immersing yourself and having positive experiences creates the belief set. Yes, meditation does work. So people don't have these experiences that show them. So I think there's some sort of immersion. I had an immersive experience about 8 years ago that taught me that yes, it does work. And then you come back into the world and you take a little bit and you start to use it and have success. I'd love to hear experiences from people on Facebook if you want to write, if that hasn't worked for you and you've just used an app or things like that. There's a lot of technology now where you can build up from 30 seconds to 10 minutes and things like that. But I think immersion really you can transform. And with a group, the collective energy I think is quite powerful. And then you meditate and you
Definitely
talk.
Something about the collective.
Yes.
And Marg and I were both saying last night, after learning these techniques that you taught, and they're very simple, easy techniques to emulate. We have to go to Ubud and do this in Bali, because after having the last trip that I just did in Bali and going to Ubud, it's such a, what an amazing energy, as is Katoomba. So,
well, that's the next one, living in flow in Bali. Yes, stay tuned.
Dates to come.
Yes. We'd